Get this one started, and off we go from Houston. Now return coming from the 7. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Houston offense heading out to the field for the first time. They're led by the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2023. From Ohio State, it's C.J. Stroud.
I always like studying quarterbacks in year 2. I think rookie year, there can either be a lot of growth, right? There's the biggest ability to take that jump, but there's also some struggles you have to work through. In year 2, a full offseason, really understanding the playbook. Things have kind of slowed down for you. I feel like year 2 is a really good indicator of what long-term success looks like for any young quarterback.
Stroud begins with a pass. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. From the gun, here's Stroud. That's complete. It's Tank Dell. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Zone route running, Mike, is very simple. Once you come off the line of scrimmage after the ball is snapped and you know it's zone coverage, as long as it's sort of in the area the quarterback expects you to be, my rule was just run where they're not. And when he throws it, catch it.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. Off-balance throw. It's complete. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. On play action, Stroud. They go right back to Collins. He's got it again. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Now Stroud digs on the reception. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Stroud. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And no signal, waiting. They say he did not break the play. He's down inside the 1.
I don't mind the call. Down here this close to the goal line, you're trying to account for the extra defenders. In this case, you're trying to read them, but give credit to the defense. They had the running back accounted for and the quarterback.
Throwing on 2nd down, Stroud. And he gets out wide. He'll go to the end zone. C.J. Stroud, touchdown Texans. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Now Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. He knocks it through, and the Texans will take a 7-0 lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. On the return, it's Tyler Scott. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Here's the Chicago offense taking the field for the first time. They're led out by the quarterback from USC, Caleb Williams.
Mike, the term generational talent, it gets thrown around a bit too loosely these days, in my opinion, but you can make an argument if one guy coming out of the draft the last couple years was worthy of that description, it's Caleb Williams. I mean, the arm talent, the playmaking ability, the ability to play off script when things don't go perfectly. I mean, he is such an interesting prospect, special player, and I'm excited to watch him here in this one.
And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. He finds the veteran Keenan Allen. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face second down and 7. They'll go again with Swift. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up third down. From the shotgun, it's Williams. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on third down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Texans offense ready now for their second drive. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive, so try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Stroud. Taking off. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way.
Well, give him some credit. Initially, that looked like it was going to be a sack. He's able to escape the pressure and get away, picks up a little bit of yardage, but at least he avoids taking that shot.
Second down, here's a run, and here's Mixon. And he's going to be brought down on what will be a final play in this opening quarter. We are through one. It's the Texans who have the early lead. And more from Houston coming up in a moment. So it'll be 1st and 10. They'll scrimmage at the 33. And in motion, it's Diggs. On 1st down, they keep it on the ground, and they keep it with Mixon. And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's 2nd down.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
That's over the middle and intercepted. It's the linebacker, Tremaine Edmonds.
So the first part of any interception is just end up with the ball in your hands, right? That's what every defensive coordinator wants. But anytime you can get yards on the return, that's just an added bonus. And that's what we see here. There's a little space, does a great job securing the catch, and all of those yards just set up for better field position as their offense takes the field.
The Bears offense ready for their second possession. They can get back into this quickly now. Very short field ahead. It is 1st and 10. On the give, it's Swift. He'll work his way forward for about 3 yards. It is Azeez Al-Shire with the stop. Second and 7. Another run here, another run by Swift. And a nice tackle in the open field limits the gain to only 1. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Here's 3rd and 7. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Keenan Allen on that one. And that's going to lead to a 4th down.
And barring an aggressive decision here on 4th down, it just seemed like a really wasted possession to go 3 and out. Not able to pick up a single 1st down. Not only do you not able to gain any field position advantage, it really takes a lot of the wind out of your sails as you find yourself jogging off the field and the punt team coming on. And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Cairo Santos, following the made field goal, back out to kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Texans offense about ready to take over once more. The lead sits at 4, so he'll try to add on to that. His drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They'll begin on the ground, and here's Mixon. Room up the sideline at the 45. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
Well, that's a heck of a 1-2 punch right there, and that's something that every offense stresses. The ability to be equally effective run and pass on any given snap. They follow up the successful pass play with a big explosive run.
On 1st and 10, here's Stroud. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
Just doesn't seem to me right now that he's seeing the field very well. I mean, that last possession results in the pick. You'd expect him to come back out here and be a little bit more careful with the ball, find easier completions, find the better matchup. But instead, he puts the ball back in harm's way, and he's lucky that wasn't another interception.
He'll spot his big tight end. That's Dalton Schultz.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
They'll let the fullback try to push the pile.
Man, even the big guy couldn't barrel ahead for just a couple yards and pick up that first. That's really impressive by that defensive front to not only hold up, but to force 4th down.
A field goal, no gimme from this distance. They'll go on 4th down. They'll run for it with Mixon. 1st down and more inside the 20. And they'll finally run him down, but not before he takes it inside the 15.
Little test of wills up front, huh, Mike? I mean, who wanted this one more? Who would get off the line quicker? Who would drive the other side backwards? Pretty impressive that not only are they the ones that won the battle, the defense knew what was coming and still couldn't stop.
That's to the left side and taken in by Diggs.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line.
They look to run with Mixon. And he's going to get stopped in the backfield. He'll take him down at the 3-yard line.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the 1st down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on 3rd down.
They'll try to run this one in. And that big offensive line, clearing space. He's in. Joe Mixon. Touchdown, Houston. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. Scott now on the return. Oh, yeah. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Bears offense getting set to get back to work. They trail now 14-3, so an 11-point deficit as they start things out with 1st and 10. This drive will begin with a run by Swift. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. Two minutes remain here in this first half. Greg and I back from Houston in a moment. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Now Williams. Brought in by the tight end, Cole Kmet. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the 1st down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the 1st down.
That is left side and taken in by Allen. A lot of terrific quarterbacks from Southern California, and here's another one. The rookie gets his team a 1st down.
And these are the throws that when they evaluate young quarterbacks coming out of college, they...
And I believe the referee was buzzed by the replay officials, indicating let's get a closer look at this. They trigger this automatically in the last 2 minutes of the half.
After review of the play, ruling on the field stands.
So that is what you want. I know sometimes it takes time, but they do get it right, and this call will stand. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. That's the veteran, Mercedes Lewis. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
Here's a 2nd and 6. We'll try to throw again. Here's Williams. Gonna look deep, looking for more. And he will get into the end zone. DJ Moore. Touchdown, Bears.
This is kind of the feast or famine anytime a defensive coordinator dials up a man pressure, and when you don't get home, it just puts so much stress on your secondary, Mike. They feel like they're out there defending their man for an eternity, and quarterback had his opportunity to find his matchup, good protection up front, and they just couldn't hold up in coverage long enough, and they give up a big touchdown.
Now Cairo Santos to add the point after. He gets it to go, and the Bears are back within 4. It is 14-10. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. On the return, it's Dameon Pierce. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Texans offense and running back Joe Mixon heading out onto the field. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Here's Stroud. Over the middle. He's got the tight end Schultz. And he'll mark him down just shy of the 40. So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. Stroud going to set up to throw. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They'll go play action with Stroud. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Nico Collins was the intended receiver there. Now it's going to be 3rd down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Searching for some kind of seam to go forward. It's not there. They get him behind the line. 4th down coming up. The Texans getting all set to punt. Fair catch made here, and the drive will start at the 23-yard line. So we have reached halftime, and it's a 4-point game. As we'll head over to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He has the EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Mike, thank you. More from you and Greg in a moment. But for now, welcome one and all to our EA Sports halftime report. It was Joe Mixon who had it working in the first half. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break.
Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this second half. Coming up. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. A safe kick taken at the 5. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Bears offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They trail by 4, a touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And let's give him about 4 on that one. It is Azeez Al-Shire with the stop. Throwing on 2nd down, Williams. This pass caught right side. It's Allen. Gain of 13 for number 13. And a 1st down.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up.
In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
On second down, it's Williams. Looking middle and complete with Allen. Third and long. On third down, it's Williams from the gun. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
Quarterback just has to get this ball out of his hands. I understand giving your guy a chance to pick up the first down. Let's see if he can get some space downfield past the sticks and put one on him. But once it's clear that's not going to work, this ball either needs to be thrown away, checked down, but you certainly don't want to continue to go backwards.
The Bears sending out their punt team. He's on for the second time and wouldn't mind a carbon copy of that first kick. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Texans offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. One of the tight ends in motion right. On first down, they'll start with Mixon. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half. And he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. It's a gain of 16, and it's 2 nice plays to begin this drive.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
Stroud to throw here on first down. The throw on the run is complete. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. That one, take it in. Take down. Touchdown, Texans.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure. And I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately, and the result is a touchdown.
Now Fairbairn for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Texans are out to a 21-10 lead. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. This taken at the 5. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. They'll look to make some inroads here. They're down 21-10 in this one as they come up on a first down. They'll go play action here with Williams.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
Williams to throw on second down. Open man, that's Odunze. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
Rookie to rookie right there, Mike. And I'll tell you what, they've got some really good young pieces on this roster.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Here's Swift. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. On the bootleg, it's Williams. Catch made there by Allen. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
A gain of 4 yards. First down, Chicago.
Working out of the gun, here's Williams. That'll be caught by DeAndre Swift. That was not what they were hoping for. He's going to go out of bounds behind the line. A loss on that one.
What they teach these backs is when you catch a check down, immediately try to get vertical. Try to put a hole in the defense coming to rally tackle. So give credit to the defense here. They strung this out and made him go sideways, and they forced him to go so far sideways, he went out of bounds.
And they'll take this down inside the 35. A pickup there of 13. Good for a Bears first down. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing again, Williams. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. From the shotgun, it's Williams. He'll get this underneath to Swift. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
It is 3rd and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. That's caught left side by Odunze. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a fourth down decision to make. So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
So the field goal makes it a one-score game here in the fourth quarter as they kick it away. Here's Pierce for the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The home team's offense and their running back set to go once more. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. On the ground, it's Mixon. Fighting off tacklers, pushing his way forward. Good gain of about 4.
He's brought down at this 31. A gain of 4. Now 2nd and 6.
On 2nd down, Stroud. A short throw pulled in by Schultz. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
It's his ability to change direction. He's able to go from his back pedal to then driving that route fast enough that he gets to the ball immediately as it arrives, and he's able to knock it down.
The Texans set to punt this one away as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. A fair catch taken, and they're going to start right at their own 20-yard line. The Bears offense ready to take over possession of the football. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. On the give, here's Swift. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Throwing is Williams. They'll try to set up the screen here to Swift. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start, and a loss of yards on the play.
The best defenders can just sense when a screen is coming. They can tell the body language of the offensive lineman's pass set. They can tell on the drop of the quarterback. It just doesn't look right. It's exactly the case here. Great job getting to the back and taking him down for a loss.
He's got his man. Allen with the connection. They get 25 on that connection. 1st down, Chicago.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and The age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Williams to the air once more. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
He's got his man, right side, it's complete. His second catch of the drive, this one good for 15 and a first down. They'll drop to throw. Here's a screen taken in by Swift. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
They'll try to throw again. Here's Williams. They'll try to set up the screen here. And it'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. The Bears will use one of their timeouts here. They'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Plenty of time, plus 2 timeouts at their disposal. It's 1st and 10. Throw it again. It's Williams. He'll swing this out to Swift.
I think the rest of those receivers in the huddle have all come to the realization that they might not be getting a target anytime soon, and frankly, I don't blame them. I mean, they're riding the hot hand, and rightfully so. Until this defense proves that they can stop him in the passing game, I expect the quarterback to just continue to go back to him time and time again.
A run with Swift. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up third down. On third down, it's Williams from the gun. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on 4th down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation. And right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw in the biggest moment of the game.
And he's going to have the Bears' first down. He's brought down after a gain of 7 on 4th and 2. To throw, it's Williams. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
All right, so this is why you get paid the big bucks. These are the possessions as a quarterback you need to deliver for your team. Everybody talks about 2-minute. Everybody drills it every single week. But when it comes down to this moment in the game, your quarterback needs to be on point. And after that first down incompletion, it just makes things that much harder.
second down.
They'll come up now for second down. Now Williams. And this will be a touchdown. They are within a 2-point conversion of coming back to tie this game.
What a finish there to get the touchdown, but of course the job's not done, and this is where the defense needs to regroup, Mike. It's one thing to give up the touchdown, but now you're still one stop away from being the hero. They got to dial in, get their best defense called, and somehow find a way to keep them out of the end zone.
To throw is Williams. And this is caught. He's able to hang on. They get the 2 points, and we are tied in the final minute of play. We are in the final minute of what is now a tie game as we are set for the kickoff. Here comes a return from the 5. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Houston offense going to make their way back onto the field. This one tight throughout, all level at 21 as they'll search for a go-ahead score. Here is 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stroud. Open man, downfield, it's Nico Collins. The Texans going to go ahead and use their first timeout here, and they'll stop it with 28 seconds to go in the game. Two timeouts, still in their back pocket. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. That's caught downfield by Diggs. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. That one good for 29. Here's a timeout, Houston. That's their second.
A 36-yard attempt.
So now it's Kaimi Fairbairn in a pressure situation. This to win the game. The Bears go ahead, take their third and final timeout. So now it's Kaimi Fairbairn in a pressure situation. This one he's gotta have. This kick is good. And it's celebration time. A walk-off victory on the game's final play. So it's a win here for the Texans. They get themselves into field goal range for one final shot. Kicker delivers. They avoid overtime and come away with a 3-point victory. And that'll do it for my partner Greg Oates. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Texans as we say, so long from Houston.